we're mixing things up a little tonight. We're doing things a little out of order. We want to do a quick category round where we ask them speed questions just to get to know you a little bit first, and then we'll dive into the deeper stuff.
We're not even going to introduce you before we start this game. We're just going to have fun.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so first category is I have a deck of cards with questions. I'm going to pull a couple random questions, and we're just going to get into it.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess our guest always answers first. Is that how this goes?
That's fair.
That's
fair. Okay. What was the first album you ever bought?
It would be No Doubt Tragic Kingdom.
Okay. All right. That's a good one. That's very good. What about you, Jess?
I hate this question because someone asked me this recently and I was like, for me to say I have no idea actually upsets me because music's so big in my life. How do I not have an idea? Right? Seriously. It's probably like Green Day Dookie or something of the sort, really, is my guess, if I had to guess. But I really don't remember. My memory's bad from when I was younger for some reason. Whatever that album was, it led me on the right path, and here I am. That's my answer. Stick it to it.
That's a good answer. What about Ryan?
First one I ever purchased, I believe it was Korn Life is Peachy.
Wow.
Okay. That was a big one for me back in the day.
Yeah, I never got into Korn. Just like maybe like Freak on a Leash and stuff, but never. Yeah, I don't know. I was too ska, too into ska, I suppose.
I was never exposed to ska for the longest time. Growing up in the middle of nowhere, there was no scene in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
Back in those days, for me, I guess I liked ska punk, like especially the heavier stuff. No, not always just the heavier stuff, all of it, but like trad ska, I just like got into my adulthood, I should say.
Yeah, I feel the same.
Yeah. Dennis, what's your answer? First album you ever bought?
The Stray Cats, Built for Speed.
Nice.
I'm old.
Big variety here.
All right, this is a fun one. What is the craziest place you have ever woken up?
Oh. Do I have to answer this first?
As the guest, you can probably say I nominate someone else to go first.
Okay, I'll do it. So I woke up. We played like a basement show. I think in, it's like in Michigan, but it has a crazy name, Kalamazoo. Yeah, and we played a basement show, and there were like streakers during the show. Anyways, there was a lot of drinking, and then I woke up. I woke up in like a pile of clothes, and it was pitch black, and I was like, "What is?" And I like felt around, and I found a doorknob, and I opened the doorknob, and I was on the roof of a house. And later, I looked down, and my band members were putting their stuff in the van, and I was like, "Hey!" And they're like, "We couldn't find you." And I was like, "What the heck?" I was in a closet that also could go onto the roof. It was super crazy. Yeah, what a wild night. It was passed out in a closet. It was cozy.
I mean, it sounds comfy.
Who was the architect responsible for putting a closet to a roof?
I think it was an older house. It was on the second floor, yeah.
Totally against code, I'm sure.
That's another exit. I mean, that couldn't be bad.
I think my friend walked into a college hall one time, and they left the doors open. It was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that, and there was couches. So we laid down, we passed out, and we slept a full 8 hours. It was like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning when we woke up, and there's students walking around us. There's kids in the hall. They're actually like being quiet around us so we can keep sleeping. I was like, thanks, guys.
That was courteous.
That's so respectful.
Right?
What about you, Jess? Those guys right there, you know.
I am like thinking, and I feel like I don't have a good answer. But I know I do. I just don't remember because I was drunk or something, you know?
Well, if you want to think, I have one kind of similar to Patrick's that I fell asleep on the floor of my friend's room, and apparently they decided it was a really good idea to use me as the coat deposit for the party. So I woke up buried like 3 feet deep in everybody's coats. I had no idea where I was or what was happening. It was a very surreal moment.
That's so good.
All right, next question. It's kind of an easy one. Okay, cats or dogs?
He has to go first, right?
It's cats. I love my cats. And I also love dogs, but cats they're so weird. They're like your weird little buddy. They're always doing something strange, you know? Yeah, I love it.
Odd little roommates, yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Is it cats for you too, Janice?
I mean, actually, that's kind of a hard question because I do love both, but I have an overabundance of cats, so I feel like if I don't give that answer, I'm going to disappear tonight.
They're listening to you. I'm going to go with cats. I have 2 black cats that I love, and I had a cat all my life. I did have a dog once that I love and I miss, but do I want another? Nope. I'm sticking to cats.
On the odd man out. Dogs for days. I even got a bearded dragon that is considered the dog among the lizard family.
They're so cute. I love bearded dragons.
How is that bearded dragon doing?
She's getting chunky. She's getting
Yeah.
He's not on your hat tonight?
I knew better to. Like somewhere off and like randomly throughout the interview, but run.
Okay, so the next question is a little more geared towards Patrick, our guests. This one is, if you could play a show in any location, real or fictional, where would it be?
Oh, fictional. Man, I don't know. I think maybe playing. I'd love to play Hawaii. The band talks about it, and occasionally, and I would just love to go. I think that's my answer. That came right to my mind. I think that they played shows with is it Go Jimmy Go? Who's out there? Or used to be out there, maybe.
I'm not sure.
Anyways, yeah, but I think that's my answer.
That's a great answer. I feel like you guys
simple.
definitely belong there. The Hawaii seems like a good place for you.
Yeah. Just terrible at surfing.
Like, I don't have a band, but if I did, I would want to play the Bronze in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That would be my venue, my dream venue.
How about the restaurant at the end of the universe?
Oh, that's a good one too. I like that.
I also do not play instruments, but I'm going to say I would love to see my son play the Trocadero, which is no longer in Philadelphia. Maybe to come back and play it one day.
Yeah, the Troc was awesome.
That would be really cool. Have you ever played the Troc, Patrick?
No. When did it close?
Oh gosh. It was before Oliver was born, at least 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, I want to say like
It makes me feel old.
10, 12 years.
Yeah. No, I haven't played it, but I heard a lot about it.
Yeah, that was my favorite venue here.
Okay, one more question. If you could collaborate with any artist, living or dead, who would it be?
Oh, probably like Rico. That'd be so sick. From the specials. We recently did England, and it's that way. And we saw like they have like his mouthpiece, like his trombone mouthpiece in the I guess it's Coventry museum, the Ska Museum, Two-Tone Museum, and just all the stuff there. I was like just blown away. They have like the keyboard from the Ghost Town record. It's like, man.
Oh, I didn't know about this. Go check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It was really, really fun. And they also have a cafe attached to it, and you can get a little scappuccino.
Nice. Cappuccino.
Cappuccino. Oh my God, that's amazing.
It's on the menu. Yeah.
Very nice. I love
It's
that.
cheesy, but we get one.
What artists are you working with, Ryan? And what are you doing with them? Because you don't play music, so you got to say what you're doing with them.
Bob Marley? He'd be cool to hang out with and pick his brain because, yeah, he had some. Yeah. Very wise man. Yeah. Bob, final answer.
It's a good answer. I want to make an exercise video with Hans Gruber and the Diehards.
Oh my goodness, that would be so much fun. So much fun.
That's my dream.
All right, well, since we're doing an interview right now, my dream interview is the Ready Man, and I hope to maybe have that opportunity at some point at Super Orgy Fest. That would be awesome. Speaking of, introduce our guest, Janice.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Tonight, we have a fantastic guest for you. We have Patrick from the Planet Smashers. Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, right on. Glad to be here.
Hey,
and our
Patrick.
hosts tonight, I'm sorry, I didn't introduce our lovely hosts. We have Jess, we have Punk Rock Ryan, and I am Janice.
Hey,
Yes, you are.
I am, usually. All right.
And only.
Also known as the
It's true. We were lucky enough to run into Patrick in Brooklyn after one of the most killer shows we've ever seen. Such a great lineup. And we got to talking, and he was kind enough to come on and talk to us. Tell us about that amazing show with all of those fantastic bands. We had Kill Lincoln, we had Hey Smith, we had the Suicide Machines. I mean, it was crazy.
Bad Operation. Yeah, Bad
Not
Operation.
that operation.
Yes, right.
I mean, it was rad. Like, it was such a fun show. We were like, I always loved watching the Suicide Machines, but it was great to see Hey Smith. I had heard about them, but I had never seen them or heard them. And they were also the nicest people when you hang out with them backstage. I ended up talking trombone with their trombone player for a little bit, and it was just so nice. Couldn't say any more nicer things. They're so nice, and they also like rip. Yeah, I think there were like people were like eating shellfish backstage like nonstop. It was really strange. I was like, is that a thing? I don't know. I've never been at a show where that happens, but I was like afraid I would get sick. But so I had one, and I was like, that's enough. I don't know what's going on.
Right. Well, I guess in Brooklyn, you are right at the coast there, so they probably do have a wide variety of seafaring foods.
Yeah.
All right. On that tour, were there any particularly like great crowds or really cool venues that you guys came across?
Well, we just played Brooklyn and it was Philly, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then we were going to Supernova. So we just caught on the end. But it was cool because we could see everybody was like super like buds, and we were just kind of like worming our way in there. And it was rad. It was fun. And we got to chat with like Jay for a bit and just catch up. And I ended up actually getting a little too high and watching the Suicide Machine set, and I was just like, my mind was like blown. Yeah. So hold on. Yeah. Good night, buddy. Good night. My son is going to bed.
Good night.
Hey, dude.
Say good night.
Good night.
Bye.
But yeah, so I mean, I wish we could have done the whole tour, but we just had that little lead up into Supernova. So,
I mean, we're glad that you were at the two shows that we went to. That was cool.
yeah, it was great to run into you guys. Yeah.
Yeah. How was Supernova?
Oh, it was crazy. It's like you play. We often play festivals, and it's in the summertime, and Supernova it's like a ska festival. Like it is. There's like people in like checkered morph suits, and like I know that's like every time I see Half Fest 2, I know that there's someone going to be in a checkered morph suit. But it was like super ska. It was super ska fest, and it was great. Like, got to see Boss Capone, which I'm like crazy about. Boss Capone and Patsy. That was the raddest thing, and yeah, I mean, it was super great. We ran into a lot of buds. Like, it was like friends nonstop, and even hanging out at the merch tent was dope. You get to chat with everybody. Like, it's great. Great fest. If you have a chance to go, if you haven't gone, go. If you like ska.
I
Yeah.
went to
It's
my
on my
first
bucket
one.
list.
Oh, you
Yeah.
haven't been there yet. You're coming next year. I went to my first one. I missed this year, and I was beating myself up because I said I would never miss it again after going last year. Last year was amazing. But No Effects was playing their last show in California. My kid's really into music. He never saw No Effects. No Effects has been like a long time band for me. So we chose to go to California to see their final shows over Supernova this year.
That's valid.
But next year we're back. We are so back.
Okay, that's dope. I wish
Like
I
I
could have
said-
gone. I think they played Montreal too, but I was busy that weekend. But it looked insane.
Yeah.
It was really awful for that show as well.
There was something. I remember was it like a little riot or something like that?
Oh, maybe.
Denver, we got a freaking hailstorm and flash floods of.
Yeah, anyway, No Effects.
Wow.
Not going out without a fucking fight, right?
Yeah.
And then you guys also hit Fest this year?
Yeah, that was I don't think we've ever played Fest. So it was
No?
super amazing. So much fun. Like, we were playing on a stage with I think Hans Gruber. We played with him with them outside. And they're wild. And then we played with Big D and the Doped Up Dollies, and Mustard Plug ended the night, and which was nice. We got a little early set, and then have a couple drinks and hang out, and that was good. I have snuck away to watch Half Past 2 because we're buddies with them, and they were in a bookstore just like rocking, and the moisture in the air. I was like looking at all the books, and I was like, "You're gonna smell this show for like 30 days."
That's awesome. I feel like I saw video of that show.
Yeah, it was cool. And then we went to go see Bouncing Souls do their thing outside, and it was amazing. So many people. It was just I don't know. I used to listen to Bouncing Souls a lot when I was in university, and it means a lot to me. And so seeing them at Fest was great.
Yeah, they've been one of my favorite bands forever. I started seeing them when I was 14, 15, and they definitely are one of the reasons I'm as obsessed with music as I am today.
From Fest, I saw lots with some Michigan guys. Some with Dave from Mustard Plug, some from Dan and Dallas from the Write Ups.
Yeah,
it was cool checking out your photos from Fest. Looked like you guys had a really good time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the Write Up guys. It was cool. I think we actually his name Dan. I think he did merch for us, which was the raddest thing. He actually like sat in the sun and just burned. Like, he was like the only, like all the other guys like left because it was too hot, but he like sat there and just took the sun and sold our merch.
He's a good guy. I saw him the other night at Broken Goblet. He did merch for Mustard Plug the other night.
Yeah, no, he's killer, dude. Yeah.
That Suicide, Kill Lincoln, and Hey Smith tour, when it came through Detroit, I actually rode with Dan to go see that show, and he's a super cool dude. He's very involved in his community, and it was awesome hearing, punks being active and trying to give back and taking part and, fighting the good fight.
Yeah.
So speaking of festivals, we're all very excited for Croydon, but it got me wanting to ask you, like, have you guys had many difficulties going on your tours and stuff like that? I know Canada's probably a little bit more leisure with the visas since they're neighbors of ours, but we talked to a lot of bands that have problems with doing tours in the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's not nothing. You have to pay for. I guess it's like a P2 work visa. and I'm not sure how much they are, but I think it's significant, like a couple $1,000s, and per member, so it can be pretty expensive. And yeah, I mean, once you have them, it's cool. It's harder though for smaller bands to come up with thousands of dollars, to get a P2, to come across and just play, whatever, like go play New York, go play wherever, Philly. So that's tough. I mean, I've allegedly heard of people just crossing the border and playing, and maybe leaving horns in Vermont somewhere. They just go pick them up later, and that works, but it's still sketchy. So yeah, it is. I know that we are like, so a lot of the members are, not a lot, but some of the members are fearful of the border. But generally, if you're flying, it's fine. And lately we've been flying, but so when you drive, it can be kind of spooky ooky.
You talk about people trying to come in without doing all the things that they're supposed to do. And that's happened to a couple bands trying to come here recently, like from overseas, and they had to cancel their tours. And you think about it, and you're like, they're coming over here to play 4 tours, and we go to a lot of ska shows.
Mhm.
Sometimes those rooms don't fill up, unfortunately. We want them to. That's why we're here right now trying to share with the world. But like, you kind of get why they're trying to just fly in under the radar, because they can't afford to pay what it costs to come here.
Yeah.
And they're fucking punk rock, so why wouldn't they try to do it that way, right? Pretty much. So
Right.
I
Down
get
with authority.
it. It sucks. It really does suck for us as Americans and for the bands who are trying to reach us here. But we're glad you're coming back here in April.
Yeah. But do you guys have, like, do American bands have problems coming to Canada? I don't think so, right?
That I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Huh.
Who can we ask that question to? Who goes to? I'm like trying to think of bands that I follow that go to Canada. Suicide Machines go there sometimes.
Yeah. I know that there's bands that, like, if a member has a DUI, you can't get in. But other than that,
I do know that a certain band, I'm not going to say their name, is not coming to the US next year, but they are going to Canada.
sick.
They're not coming from the US, they're coming from the UK. So I'm not going to reveal their name. You just got to keep your eyes open for the bands that come to Canada from the UK. They're in ska punk land.
So you guys usually play festivals primarily, right? Not doing the major tours, just usually a few shows at a time. Maybe hit up some festivals.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, usually we try to do shorter tours. I think our lead singer Matt, he's got 3 kids. I've got 2 young kids. My bass player Andy, he's got a little one on the way. So we got little families happening over here. So it's kind of tough to get away sometimes. It's pretty stressful on the family. And we try though. We do, and I try to book it way in advance, and we tell them this is gonna happen. And like I think we just did 11 days. We do like 11 days in the UK, like last year or this year. I don't know. Everything's blurring, and so we can do tours. We did a California tour with we were playing with Goldfinger and Half Past Two last January, I think. So that was awesome, because January in Montreal is no bueno.
Yeah, going to California is probably a great time.
Yeah. So we try to do like 4 or 5 dates, 4 max really, but it's just because we have like families, and everybody has jobs and stuff, and it makes it hard if we do like 2-week things. So we just try to keep them a little short and like often. So yeah.
So is there a little bit of gray area there with the visas? Can you say like you're on vacation, I'm going to a festival,
Yeah,
like,
but then
let's do this on the up and up, so we don't got to worry about it.
I mean, I've heard that you can cross the border without instruments and then just rent them or ask or have like friends hook you up and maybe you play a free show somewhere. I don't know. There's ways to do it, but yeah.
But isn't there like the new visas? Don't they last like they're very expensive, but they last something like 3 years or something versus a shorter time period before? I
I think
think.
it's like a year or like
Oh,
once you start when you first like you get the visa and then you cross and then I think you have Matt would know this stuff. He's our like manager slash label owner slash guy who does money stuff and government stuff. But I think it lasts like almost a year or like 8 months, 6 months, something like that.
So you
Yeah.
got one in September, obviously, because you were here in September. And somebody, I have a fan question I want to plug here because we don't get too many of them, but I have one for you guys.
Oh shit.
His name is Joe. I don't know Joe, but he submitted a question. He wants
Okay.
to know when you're coming back to Florida because he just saw you in Orlando. Did you play Orlando and you were down in on this run?
Fest.
Yeah. We just played. Yeah, so we played Orlando. He wants to know we're coming back.
Yeah, he said he can't get enough. Come back to him. He just saw you like more recently than we did, and he wants to know when the hell are you coming back?
It might be next year.
Like maybe
or
before September within that year. Is that how you kind of work these things?
Right now we're on a hiatus because my bass player is his wife is going to give birth.
Okay.
And actually today we started recording the new album.
I was just gonna say, is there another reason you're on this hiatus? Because I felt like it might have been.
So we're just started tracking beds today, which is guitar, bass, drum, and so the guys are fully into that. And then I think we're gonna do vocals and keyboard overdubs and guitar overdubs like maybe next week, and then horns, and then it'll be done.
And then, really quick, what is the time frame we're really looking at here? You made it happening overnight, and that's great.
It's happening every day. They're recording every day. I have to wait for my turn, but I think we'll probably be done recording hopefully by the end of the month.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what does that mean as far as like release to the public? We talking like 6 months here from now? What?
Yeah, we're talking like I think the release is in April.
Oh, it's gonna like coincide with This Is Not Croydon Fest. Maybe you'll have it there for sale.
Oh,
maybe
that'd be nice.
Maybe I don't want to put anything in anyone's head, but I think this is a good marketing move here. This Is Not Croydon Fest special variant of said album. People, I'm telling you. I know
it's so expensive.
I know we will. Oh, it is so expensive, but we will buy them.
That's true. Yeah.
You gotta figure out how many people buy them.
I'll talk to my guy. I'll talk to my guy, which is Matt. I'll be like, hey man, that's a great idea.
You don't even have to call it This Is Not Croydon Fest special variant. Like they usually call it the festival variant. So if you don't sell them all there, you take them to your next festival with you. That's how it works.
That's good.
So maybe
that's great. That's a good idea.
But if you do that, you better make sure ours is signed by the whole fucking band because this was our idea.
We're usually around. We're around. You can,
Just messing with you. I mean, there have been things that have come out of this show before. One of them was a great t-shirt design, Ryan's helm. Oh, oh my God, he was wearing it. I had no idea he was wearing it. Get the fuck out of here. More punks in politics. That came out of our show. So trust our ideas. We're like the fucking Shark Tank over here for ska.
Well, that was a compilation with Rude Girl Review. So
it was. Rude Girl Review brought that shirt out because of our interview with them, and we all talked about those. How?
Well, I feel like we should have more punks in politics.
We should. Absolutely fucking should. But do you wear that shirt every day, Ryan?
Yes, he's never washed it.
That's punk. That's funny. So New album coming around April. Playing Croydon Fest in April. This is your first. This is Not Croydon Fest, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
I think it's a long time in the making. I think I interviewed Jeremy last year, and we talked about Planet Smashers and how it's like been a thing, but it never worked out. So I'm glad it's
Yeah.
working out this year.
That's like the story like I always hear. Like with Supernova,
Yeah.
we were supposed to play and it's like didn't work out, just all these like mess ups. And then it's like finally it happened. So I'm glad we're finally playing Croydon Fest.
You're gonna love it. It's the best fucking club, like indoor ska fest I've ever been to. And they're great people you're supporting that own the place, that run the place. Jeremy's the best. We have ska shows there throughout the year that me and Janice go to.
It's our home base.
Yeah, it's our home
Everybody's
base. That's
hardcore.
exactly what we call it, our home base. So you better believe we're gonna be at the fucking stage that night, all day and night. I love this festival they throw, and I think you're gonna come to appreciate it. It's such a special thing, and it's like nothing else I've ever been to.
It seems like everybody that goes there is pretty hardcore ska fans too.
Okay, cool.
Tickets sold out pretty much overnight. When the early bird came out, they were gone 24 hours. Like, all right, we're
Wow.
gonna do another blind release, and they're gone right now.
Yeah,
So-
2-day passes are already gone, but if you're listening, you can still buy Saturday and or Sunday single day passes. You missed out on the 2-day passes doesn't mean you shouldn't go for 2 days. Like, listen, guys, festivals do these things like tiers all the time where they charge a cheaper price if you buy them early and then charge a little more if you don't. It's similar. If you bought them early, you got a special deal for the 2-day pass. If you didn't buy them early, pay the full price because I'm telling you, it's going to be worth it. You're going to go and you're going to return every year because you're not going to want to miss it ever again. I feel like I'm an advertisement right now, but it's the truth.
Right. And Friday night is free.
Yeah, Friday night is free. Come Friday night. I mean, I would say come Friday night and buy your tickets for Saturday and Sunday, but I think they'll be gone by then. So you'd be
Yeah.
screwed. But if you
that was-
do end up screwed, come Friday night anyway, because it's gonna be sick.
The first year I went to This Is Not Croydon Fest, I came out Friday night for the free show, not really knowing what I was getting into. And I had so much fun that all I could think about was going to Saturday, which was already sold out. But I just found me a ticket. So,
Oh, I did. Oh my gosh, that was
You
when
did,
I
you
almost
did.
like first met you. I found you. I forgot about that. I
So
felt-
if you go out Friday, you'll want to be there all weekend. Just
Yeah.
clear your schedule.
Anyway, let's move on. We do a little thing called Ska-nanigans, and what we want to hear from you is tell us some kind of shenanigan or Ska-nanigan you've had while on tour. It can be funny, it can be sad, it can be shocking. Just tell us a good fucking story already.
I mean, okay. I think like a long time ago, I mean, I used to be in a band called One Night Band that was on Stomp Records. And we played like, it was like soul ska sort of. And we were on tour with another sort of junior stomp band called the Expos, formerly the Donuts. And we were playing a show. So our lead singer, he booked all these shows. He booked like a 3-month tour, which is so long. And I didn't realize how long that is, but it is freaking long. And we did all of Canada, like from Montreal out to Victoria. And then we went down the coast to California. And then we kind of like went through Texas, and then we sort of skipped Florida and we went up. And I think we were in Ohio. And the show that night was at a strip club, but it was not, there were no strippers that night. It was ska that night. Which is like, what are they doing? Anyways, so we're playing and there's this like, there's like a pole in the middle of the stage and we're playing and I'm like, this is kind of funny. And I remember there was like an old man that would not leave me alone. I looked much sweeter than I do now, much younger. And I was like, eventually got out of there. And we ended up staying, I think it was the bartender's house or the place where he was staying. And I remember like we go in and we're all looking for places to sleep. And it was like such a rundown house. I could not believe it. The bathtub was like black from like soot. It was like, it looked like a haunted house. It was like a bungalow. It was like a haunted house on like a farm road out there. And I ended up sleeping on like a leather lazy boy, which I was lucky. There were dudes like on the floor, and he stayed up late doing I don't know what that is, but it's like just like doing some crazy like whippets, not whippets, but it's like a little canister and you like break it and it sounds like a whistle. It goes, anyways, I was like, he was trying to convince other band members to do it. And they were having a great time in front of the fire that they had in their house. And in the morning, I took a video of this place, and it was so much more crazy than I had thought in the nighttime. And then when we went out, I remember going outside, and there was like across the street, there was a house that was just caved in. You couldn't see other houses. It was so far out in the middle of nowhere. And this was not his house. I think he just was staying there. It was so crazy. I was like, and we were like 2 full ska bands. So it was like maybe 2 bands of like, I think one night band at that time, we had our manager with us. So we were 8 people, and the Expos were 5 or 6. No, maybe 7, because they had horn players. So we were like 15 people plus this guy. I mean, we weren't scared because we're like 15 people rolling around, but if I was like a 3-piece punk band, I don't think I would have stayed in that house. It was,
Wow.
it's so crazy. I have photos. I have documentation that it happened. Yeah.
He like took you home to the place he was squatting.
Yeah, so weird. He's like, you guys can stay at my place. Nobody lives there.
Nobody's lived there for 40 years.
Yeah. He's like, I don't even live there.
He was just a ghost. He was just haunting it.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think he was gone in the morning, because I remember videoing it all. And I don't think he was there. I think he's like, he fucked off. He was like, I gotta go do something. I was like, cool, man. I don't even know if he slept.
Let's see, guys.
He just abandoned you guys.
Yeah.
Is it time for Brain on Ska?
This is your brain. This is your brain on Ska. This is your brain. This is your brain on Ska.
So Brain on Ska, Patrick, is a point in time where we get into the lyrics of some of the songs. And you picked one of my favorite songs that Planet Smashers does. You can guess it. It's everybody's favorite song, I think.
Is it Super Orgy Porno Party?
Super Orgy Porno Party.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration? Please don't tell me it was.
Okay. So I was in the band for a while. I haven't been in the band since the beginning. I joined the band in 2011, but I listened, and I remember one time I heard Dave Cooper, our old bass player, the original bass player. He was actually the original drummer, but then anyways, so he played bass, and he was talking about the song, and I think I was like, is this a real, did this happen? He's like, this happened to me. I was a pizza delivery man, and I went and I delivered pizza to a house, and when they opened the door, there was a porn shoot, and they were like, anyway, so he just kind of extrapolated the song from there. I don't think there was any, I don't know what happened, but I remember him telling me that it was actually, he was delivering pizzas.
So there's some truth to it there.
There's some truth to it, yeah. That's what I understand.
The two-tone suits was imagined, though. He was hoping that maybe like somebody delivered Planet Smashers some pizza or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that maybe there were some artistic liberties, but everybody, that's a dream,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would want to deliver that pizza.
Yeah.
Anyways, another one you want to talk about was the Hippopotamus song.
Yeah, the Hippopotamus. So that song is, they put out an album just before I joined the band, I think in 2010. And so it was the old trombone player, J.O. Beijing. He's like an animal on the trombone. And but they were shooting the video for Hippo. So I wasn't in the band, but I was like adjacent. I was around. I was actually playing in K-Man in the 45s back then, and which you guys seem to know. And then yeah, so they were shooting the video for that, and I actually got to be in the video for it. And I was not in the Hippo suit. That was our drummer, I think, Scott. But yeah, I was just like, this is so much fun. I had so much fun. So that song is like kind of special to me. Yeah, Hippo. And it also random trivia, it got picked up for like I think like SeaWorld in Australia for like a couple of years. I guess they have hippopotamuses there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Do you think it earned any more fans having it played down under?
I mean, maybe. I know that I think in 2010 the Smashers did an Australian tour, and it might have got him that hookup, that connect.
All right, and the other one you wanted to bring up was going on solo.
No, it was Going Out. So Going Out is a different song than Going Out Solo. But Going Out Solo, that's a good song from Too Much Information. God, there's a lot of horns in that song. It's good though. I love it. But I wanted to talk about Going Out. Going Out, we recently started putting that back in the set because sorry, I got a bit of cough these days. We recently started putting it back in the set because that song just rules. And every time we play it, I get chills. And every time we play it, I feel like the audience doesn't know it, but it just chugs, man. And people get going and people get excited, and it's so rad. Every time I play it, I know my bass player Andy, he really rips into that one. You just see him over there just shredding into it, and I freaking love it. And that's probably one of my most favorite songs to play.
Only girls allowed inside, so we stood by the entrance. There was no way for us to ever get in. I saw a man wearing a Speedo, his t-shirt was tucked in. From the bar, we were listening to a bad punk band. We're going out tonight, feeling alright.
have another fan question that came in from Ox, and Ox wants to know what got you into playing the trombone?
Okay, so we had like a concert band in high school. I went to high school in like I'm originally from around the Ottawa area in Ontario, so that's like the capital of Canada. Uh Anyhow, so I was in but like south of there in like it was basically like a farming community. And we had a concert band, and me and my friends were super pumped on Real Big Fish, Turn the Radio Off. And but I chose you had to like choose an instrument to start to learn, so I chose alto sax, and I was just like, alto sax, that's cool, man, like, all right. And then I was like, wait, bari sax is super cool, so I switched to bari sax the next year, and I was like, I fucking love this is awesome, but it's so heavy and crazy to carry around all the time. I'd take it home on the bus, I had one arm bigger than the other, from carrying the sax all the time. And then I was like, I really want to learn. I thought trombone was the coolest from listening to like, you know, Real Big Fish all the time. And even like earlier No Doubt stuff had it's just a shredder on trombone. So I just loved it. And so I started playing trombone in grade 11. I think I was 16. And just immediately dropped saxophone, and just also with trombone, you don't need to buy reeds all the time. I was like spending my money like buying reeds all the time, and I'm like, this sucks, man. So yeah, trombone just has a mouthpiece. You just got to wash it, you got to clean it. That's free. Soap is free pretty much. So yeah, that's how I got into trombone. Yeah.
That's awesome. Did you play any instruments before that?
Piano.
I mean,
but it was
besides what you just talked about, like when you were younger, before high school age.
Yeah, piano. I played a little bit of piano, really terrible at it. But it's a good foundation. And then I think I picked up guitar around the same time I started playing saxophone. And it's always good to write songs.
Do you ever pick up a guitar today?
Oh yeah, with my kids, like we'll play songs like they I'll figure them out and yeah, that's easy. And that's they love that. They love like a, little concert, and they get to sing. Like that's fun.
Who's your favorite
tried
trombone?
using butter as lube for your trombone?
Butter?
Yeah, butter.
No, because it would go like rancid, right?
We interviewed a band that brought this up to us. Did we not? Was it Stacked Like Pancakes? Oh, of course, because butter and pancakes goes together, I guess. Is that a joke?
For a long time I used I think it was like at the time it was this face cream. There was like a face cream you could buy called Pond's, I think. Pond's cream. I don't know. I would use that all the time. So yeah, yeah. And I would use that all the time in my sax, in my trombone. And I was like, sure. And then I eventually was like, oh wait, there's real lubricants that I can use, not just face cream. So
that's so funny.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite trombone player? Who do you idolize and look up to? Maybe not idolize, but who do you look up to?
I mean, I think Vinny Noble is like just crazy. Like when I listen to him, I just like the old Pilfers records.
Mm-hmm.
I love it, man. Like Dr. Kevorkian, it's awesome, I love that. I love that so much. And I've been listening to a lot of Rico and his solo records. Yeah, I think those two guys pretty much.
Nice. We're going to see the Pilfers this month in a few weeks, actually. I don't know if it's the original lineup for this one or not, if Vinny's going to be there.
Okay. I know he plays with the band Senzo. He's been playing with the band Senzo for a while now.
Yeah.
And I've checked them out, and they're crazy. It's crazy. It's just like it feels like kind of like old Pilfers a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
They did do a couple shows with the Pilfers. I just don't know if they're on this one. It's Thanksgiving at Starland Ballroom. November 30th in
Gotta
Jersey.
love it.
Who is headlining that show? Oh, Goldfinger's headlining.
It's
Goldfinger.
always
Am I?
it's
No.
always it's
Yeah,
their show.
It is Goldfinger's show.
Yeah.
And then it's the Pilfers and Save Ferris is playing. We saw them at Broken Goblet recently. That was fun. Joystick, Joker's Republic, and Backyard Superheroes, which I don't know if you've heard about, but I'm gonna recommend you go listen to them. They're from Jersey, younger bands.
Yeah,
They're
we played Skanksgiving a couple years ago, and they were on, and I watched them. They're nuts. They're like running all over the place, and they're local, right? Are they like
Joker's Republic or Backyard Superheroes?
Backyard
No, they
Superheroes?
both. Oh yeah, because they both played it. Yeah, they're local. They're both from Jersey, and they have very high energy.
Yeah,
They
I think you interviewed.
have
Didn't you interview them?
Yeah, Tommy Garcia.
Yeah, I've been listening to some back episodes. I've been getting a little bit of intel.
Oh, interesting. What was your
I'm not
favorite?
just gonna walk in
What
blind.
was your favorite one that you listened to?
I think I listened to a little bit of you talking to Danny. What's his
Rascal.
name? Danny.
Danny Rascal from Famous Idea.
Yeah.
He's my
Greatest
favorite.
idea. He's so funny. We were like, I mean, they were supposed to do a Canadian tour because we did an England tour with them, and then we were going to bring them here, but a couple of the guys bailed. But they already had their plane tickets, so they came. They're supposed to play Pooza Fest in Montreal.
Did we talk about that on our episode? We might have talked about something like this. I think we might have. They were going to come to Canada.
Oh, really?
Happened. So Danny and Bobby came over by themselves, and they were just like hanging out in someone's crib for a little bit. Do you remember this? Yeah. They went to Pooza Fest because they went to Pooza Fest, and the rest of the band didn't come.
Yeah,
But-
I remember it happening, and like I was giving him weed because I was like, dude, do you need weed? Here you go. Because he's like, we're here, our band's not here. And I was like, you're gonna be fine, man. We're gonna have a great time.
Is weed legal in Canada? You can just go buy it?
Yeah, it's legal. I think it's
Everywhere
legal.
in Canada?
I think so, yeah. It's like it's per province. It's like in Ontario, it's privatized. So you can buy it in shops, which are everywhere. And in Quebec, where I live, there are like government run marijuana stores. It's called the SQDC, and you go, and they're very nice, and they, it's just like potheads with like a dress shirt on.
Who has better buds, the privatized or the government?
Oh, I love privatized because they have crazy things they have like gummies and stuff.
Like still here in the United States, it's not legal in every state. I'm in Pennsylvania. When you come for Croydon Fest, you're not going to find a place to buy weed unless it's illegal, or you go across the bridge to Jersey because it's not legal in Pennsylvania.
Is it legal in Jersey?
Yes.
So last Not Croydon, I came prepared. I brought a bunch of stuff from Michigan with me, and I too gave guys from Fanatics idea because they were out. Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Croydon Fest is a good time. Wait till you see. Last year fell on 420. It won't happen this year, but that was interesting. Croydon Fest on 420. Everybody had a blast.
Yeah. At least that's what the pictures imply.
Yeah, it's why? Because you don't remember? It was fun. I can't wait to do it again.
Well, yeah, we'll get to see Patrick play.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a really small stage. You guys are going to be a little bit closer together than you were at the TLI, but that's okay. And we'll be closer to you because there's no fucking barricade. Fuck the barricade. We're going to be right up on the stage. It's a good venue, man. There's no barricade. The stage is small. The room holds like 550, 600 people. It's going to be a great time.
It's going to be sick. I'm looking at the bands that are playing.
Oh, who are you most excited to play with?
I mean, we're playing on the Saturday,
right? Yeah. Who were we
This
talking
isn't
about
good.
earlier that you recently played with that's playing Saturday? Was it? No. Oh, we were talking about Bite Me Bambi for some reason. And the big day in the kids' table.
Yeah. I'm excited to see. I mean, hopefully we're there Friday because the Scofflaws are playing, and I've never checked them out.
Honestly, like I would suggest if you don't have another show Friday and Sunday, be there for the whole thing. You're
Yeah.
gonna just be there chilling. It's a great time. It really is. And there's great bands all weekend long. Like Sunday, you're not playing, you got the Pie Tasters, Catboy, Kill Lincoln, Mephistopheles, Westbound Train, Hub City Stompers, the Bandaloos, and Power Up. That's that Sunday lineup sick. And you're playing Saturday, and that's a great lineup too.
Yeah, Saturday is huge. I mean, I'm pumped for Westbound Train for sure. It's cool. Like Abrupters are playing too, like
Oh
on the
yeah.
Friday. They're so nice. Like I just saw them in Montreal, and they're like the sweetest.
I saw them at Buffalo Ska Fest this year. That was fun. But the first time I saw them was at Camp Pennsylvania a couple years back. They did the kickoff party, and that was fun too.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it looks Random Hand that's gonna be crazy.
Oh, is that Sunday or Saturday? Oh,
I think that's Saturday.
It's gonna be a great weekend. Like you guys should all
It's gonna be sick.
If, like I said, if you don't have a show, come for the whole weekend and enjoy the day. It is the best club festival there is.
I have a question. Have your kids gotten to see you play?
They have not gotten music because they're like 2 and 5, but I think there's coming up a show that's going to be an all ages. I think we're talking about doing like a matinee or something sometime. There's something spicy happening in Montreal when the new album comes out. So it's not formed up yet. It's sort of a gelatinous idea right now.
Cool. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I'll get the kids to see it.
Are they into music or playing any instruments or showing that they are yet or no?
Well,
yeah, I have like I was on Facebook Marketplace, which is a disease if you buy musical instruments. Like you cannot stop yourself. And I bought a soprano trombone, which is really just a slide trumpet. And my son walks around the house with it. It's like because he's 5, so he's little arms, and it's like only like that big. So I don't know if you like my head is the size. So it's like trying to get some scale here.
Listeners cannot see that.
Oh, okay, so it's like maybe like 16 inches.
Okay.
And so it's perfect for him to sort of bomb around the house and like make fart noises, which he enjoys doing. And my daughter does a lot of like hammering on the keyboard, which I'll put a beat on and she'll just be hammering it. And I'm like, this is living.
That's cool.
Speaking of kids and all ages shows, though, that's one of my favorite things about ska shows is I see more all ages shows in this genre than anything else. Do you have a message for the next generation of ska punks coming up that you want to send to them?
I mean, not really. It's ska. I mean, have fun. You know, eat a mozzarella stick. Let's have fun. You know, that's such a terrible meme.
Okay.
I mean, do what you want. Play trad. Play, you know, whatever. Play some egg ska. You know, whatever you want. Play chain ska. Play egg ska. Whatever you want.
I actually think that I want a T-shirt that says "Eat a mozzarella stick and have fun." I think that would look great on a T-shirt.
Absolutely. Like it's gotta have checkers behind it, though, right?
I'll give it to you.
Yep.
You get a hold of Lindsay and send her back to the design table.
Lindsay, you listening? I wonder if she listens. This is a test. Lindsay, if you're listening, make that T-shirt.
We got an order for you.
So if Lindsay from Rude Girl Review contacts you, Patrick, for your T-shirt idea, it happened here first. On the shirt.
Okay.
I mean, Skagazine. I think that's all we got for tonight, huh? Unless Patrick has something he wants to plug that we missed.
No, I think we talked about it all. I feel good.
You feel good? You feel good about your new album and coming here in April and just all the things happening.
Yeah. I can't wait to see you guys in April.
Yeah, seriously. We're gonna have it's gonna be a big party. Big party.
I'm just kind of curious.
Sorry.
Is there anybody that we might have to look forward to on the new album? Any guest vocals, musicians, anything along those lines?
I mean, nothing I can divulge or that I know of. I don't think so. But you know, sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit. I know that we've had some. You want to come on? Can you get down here?
Sure. Do you want to go on his album, Ryan?
Road trip. I don't know how to play anything.
Hey, you have a passport. Go get to Canada.
Not that I know of. Not right now.
Ryan's a good hype man.
Damn.
He really is. Really good hype man.
I got to dress
On
with
stage
Robot
radio.
for the Boy Detectives record release show at Smalls here last week, so that was fun.
That's cool. Boy Detective. That's another great band. Have you heard of that?
I've
You will
heard of
not
them.
get on it, yeah?
I think because you guys talk about them.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
We're Boy Detective obsessed.
Oh.
So listen to them, and I think actually you shouldn't just listen to them. You got to see them live, because if you don't see them live, you don't appreciate them. I like them a lot, but then I saw them live and they were like top 3 for me. They're so
Wow.
good. Check them out.
Okay, well, what I like about your show is that like Skagazine is you guys play the music first, so you like
Mhm.
have an idea of what the band is before the interview starts, and I think that's kind of unique. You know what I mean?
So we try to like include all the songs we talked about and one more if we can, because we want to give the people listening a taste of the music, not just talking.
Sure.
So. Thank you, Patrick, so much for joining us tonight. It was such a great time. We loved meeting you in Brooklyn, seeing you again in Philly, and seeing you again this April coming up at This Is Not Croydon Fest. That's amazing. Like, I think I hadn't seen you once since before last year, and I'm going to see you 3 times in 1 year. So that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, thanks for letting me come on, and I'm pumped for Croydon Fest now. You guys got me like super
Oh,
pumped.
you should be. It's a great festival, and I want to invite everybody to come and see the Planet Smashers play. Thank you, Patrick, for joining us. You can find the Planet Smashers on Instagram, Facebook, Bandcamp, anywhere you find your music. Go find the Planet Smashers. Have a great night, everyone.
Pizza, man. Oh, I didn't order any pizza. Well, someone's gotta eat it.
She's got the friends, but she needs a location. He's got a local, but he needs the supplies. Her friends have supplies, so they all get together. Now everybody's welcome at the party tonight. It's time to redefine the new school group. Boy, 2-tone suits hanging by the door. Super Orgy Porno Party. Super Orgy Porno Party. Super Orgy Porno Party. Super Orgy Porno Party. I never personally